Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the State of the College Address. My name is Michelle Flint, and I serve on the Faculty Senate. The State of the College is one of those few times that we come together as a community to reflect on our accomplishments and our initiatives and to project our direction. One of the distinct privileges of my position on the Faculty Senate is that I have the honor of meeting with Dr. Olson twice a month. And during those meetings, we talk about faculty initiatives and issues. And when we're done with Senate business, we talk about ideas for the future. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do this? Wouldn't it be nice if we could get funding for that? Wouldn't it be nice if we could do this for this department? I love those conversations, and I enjoy them because of his many years in higher education and because of his dedication to Daemen. Anyone who's worked closely with Dr. Olson realizes that he has a great drive to achieve. He gives great attention to detail, understanding how every detail is set in place to improve our student experience and our college environment. Reaching out to the community, to our donors, to our government leaders, to solidify our place as citizens and partners in Western New York and beyond. One of President Olson's goals has been to form connections and to strengthen connections. He understands that the sustainability of the college depends on strong connections between us as a community, as well as strong connections with the broader community, and having a strategic direction. The accomplishments and ideas that we will hear about today reflect the collective efforts, of many of the people in this room, and certainly reflect the leadership of Dr. Olson. With every accomplishment, there's a recognition of what Daemen stands for and a vision of what we can become. Drive, determination, direction, Daemen, Dr. Olson. I'm delighted to welcome President Olson to present the State of the College Address.
Thank you, Dr. Flint. It's very kind of you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see everybody, and I'm glad that you're here today. Hope you enjoyed your summer and had a smooth start to the year. You know, there's been a lot of positive change that's happened since the spring address, and I continue to sense a real sense of excitement on campus, and even for the first time, believe it or not, among our neighbors. So that's always a good thing. I'd like to begin by introducing the newest members of the professoriate. I'm going to ask each of the new faculty members to stand as I name him or her, and to remain standing until all 12 are standing, and then please hold your applause until all have been called. So Professor Margaret Artman, Professor Maggie Dreyer, Professor Grace Huff, Professor Christy Lytle, Professor Wenkan Liu, Professor Shannon Lupian, Professor Whitney Mendel, Professor Paul McAfee, Professor Heike Peckron, Professor Dennis Popsel, Professor Jennifer Sheed Leiberg, and Professor Annette Wilgens. So please help me welcome the newest members of Daemen's first-rate faculty. We also hired many new staff members. Would all of the staff members rise so we can welcome you to Daemen? At the September Board of Trustees meeting, the trustees appointed 2 new board members. Chandra Spicer is the president and CEO of Spicer Group, which is a commercial general construction company that she co-founded in 1999, believe it or not, when she was 18 years old. And Dennis Elsenbeck is regional CEO of National Grid's Western Division. Now, these people are going to bring real experience to Daemen's excellent Board of Trustees, so we're delighted to have them. I'm also delighted to report that at the recent board meeting, the independent auditor presented the results of this year's audit, and the college was applauded for responsible stewardship of our resources and skillful management of our enrollment. And this is indeed good news, especially in light of the difficulties so many colleges are experiencing right now. I think you'll be pleased to hear about facilities and campus-wide developments. It's been a busy summer. The new Academic and Wellness Center was completed on schedule at the end of August. We held a groundbreaking ceremony early in May that was intended by Congressman Brian Higgins, Amherst Supervisor Barry Weinstein, and a number of other public officials. And we just hosted a grand opening that many of you have attended. And as you can see on the screen, the completed building is a vast improvement over the yellow brick box that it once was. It's now a state-of-the-art facility. The building houses a basketball court for student recreation, a fitness gym, and various labs for physical therapy, athletic training, and healthcare studies. And importantly, it frees up much-needed office and classroom space on the campus proper. Now, pedestrian safety between the wellness building and the rest of the campus continues to be a concern. Historically, there have been 2 deaths of students crossing Main Street around that corner. Now, we met with the Department of Transportation in an attempt to convince them to approve caution lights and signage and to reduce the speed limit between Harlem and Gettsville. But I'm sorry to report that they could not be convinced. They have rules for everything. We were successful, however, in convincing the town to install signage and crosswalk striping right there across on Campus Drive. And this should increase safety considerably on that part. As you know, May 16th, we held the college's 64th annual commencement as 2 separate ceremonies, one for undergraduates and one for graduates. And by all accounts, there were no glitches, and many said it was a huge success. Now, holding 2 separate ceremonies allowed us to accommodate 38 more students walking across stage and over 500 more people in the audience. Our timing in splitting the ceremonies couldn't have been better. Kleinhans just this summer lost 400 seats in their renovation of the hall. Most colleges have an official welcome center right inside the main campus entrance where students can, or visitors of any sort, can stop, get directions, a college map, and a temporary parking permit. Daemen is no longer an exception. We repurposed the old security hut, which was poorly located, underutilized, and not very attractive, and we resided it with the beautiful slate used to side the Research and Information Commons and moved it to the entrance adjacent to the flagpole. The center is staffed by student workers, and it's already proven to be a valuable addition. So if you have people coming and visit, have them stop there and get a parking permit, and they'll get a map and know where to go. I hope you've had a chance to notice our new shuttle bus on campus or maybe the city streets. Our former inadequate shuttle system had been a serious problem that we've been working on for the last 2 years. We had been trying to operate our own system without the resources, personnel, or experience, really, to do so. And this resulted in vans breaking down, students being late for classes, and field trips being canceled. This year, we signed a 3-year contract with MASH Transportation, which, as you know, is the leader in providing transportation in Western New York. And they now operate our shuttle system professionally and efficiently, and that allow us to get out of the shuttle business once and for all. The new shuttle is a 16-passenger bus dedicated to managing transportation for Daemen constituents to and from Collegiate Village, Tri-Main, and even weekly shopping runs. Now, this will replace the existing van shuttles with a more robust, consistent, and reliable system. And we also have assigned a lease for 5 new vans, thanks to Daemen Community Advisory Board member Scott Beeler and West Herr. You can see what they look like on the screen. And as you can see, the shuttle and vans together will provide excellent advertising and increased visibility for the college. Now, if you happen to have been on campus on the right day at the end of July, you might have seen drones flying over the campus. They were capturing video footage of the campus to use as aerial still shots to be used for planning future campus improvement projects, as well as a video to be used to create a virtual tour of campus for that prospective students and parents could get a sense of the campus from. You probably saw some of the raw footage on the screen earlier today, and we'll have that completed video in the near future when we have our new website up. We're also continuing to make progress on the campus beautification program. Recently, we completed work on extending the decorative stone wall along the west front of campus and down along the Gettsville perimeter of campus. The 2 Gettsville entrances now have matching stone signs. The stone wall has really done a lot to give definition to campus and to instill additional pride in our college among our faculty, staff, and students. But it's also become extremely popular with the neighbors. Many neighbors have sought us out to compliment us on it. And boy, we've come a long way from the days when we could do nothing right in their eyes. So, and get a load of this. Even the Amherst Planning Board went out of its way to compliment us when we went before the board to seek approval for another project recently. So, given the chilly relations in the past between the college and the board and the neighbors, I consider this a major victory for the college. By the way, I've said more than a few times that I get my best ideas from Dr. Worsham, and here's a recent example. It was her idea to construct the stone sign on the Gettsville Main Street corner, and I think you'll agree it does much to enhance the campus. If you haven't seen it lighted at night, you should check it out. It's really quite something. It's really quite attractive. So please help me applaud Dr. Worsham for working on our behalf. As part of the beautification program, we removed nearly 60 unnecessary metal signs from campus, many of which were rusted and in poor repair, and all of which were unattractive and detracted from the natural beauty of the campus. We also, that's only a few of them, by the way. That wasn't all 60. We also upgraded landscaping, including flower beds throughout the campus, and we installed old-fashioned lampposts along the new sidewalk on the front yard, both for increased safety and as part of the beautification program. And I want to point out that the campus beautification program really is not merely about cosmetics. It's about fostering pride in the campus by all constituents and even our neighbors. In fact, that's an important part. And it's also about enhancing our competitiveness, not only for our prospective students, but also for new faculty and staff. And the beauty of the beautification program is that everything, the 160 new trees, the stone wall, the benches throughout campus, the stone signage, the lampposts, the new fountain in front of Wick, and the new arborvitae wall at the Gettsville business entrance was paid for by donors who specifically wanted to fund those projects. And we thank them for that generosity. Some of them are actually in this room. Yes. Now, for the last few years, a major priority has been to completely overhaul the college website. And so I'm especially happy to report that a completely new, modern, streamlined site is almost complete. A modern, attractive, informative site is perhaps the single most important factor in making a college competitive in the eyes of our young students. And I believe the new site will go a long way to showcasing what we have here at the college, especially to that audience. So as you can see, the new site relies on large print and images, which is the current trend, and it includes short video loops here and there. And I have to say, we all owe a debt of gratitude to the website task force. On the screen, you see the committee members. So please help me applaud their efforts. And I think we should also especially applaud the task force chair, Kelly Duran. She thought I left her off. Now, I mentioned that we continue to enhance campus safety. As I reported in the spring, we have an ongoing program to upgrade our campus surveillance system, and we upgraded our outdoor lighting to be brighter. We also vastly improved our campus safety officers and their presence on campus. Now, recently, we implemented a new training program for all campus security authorities and responsible parties under Title IX. We also trained the campus security director and supervisor on conducting sexual assault investigations. And we introduced a new motorized vehicle that allows officers to respond quickly, well, somewhat more quickly than on foot, when there's a call for help. Another new safety measure is our new crisis management plan, which was composed with the help of many different constituents on campus, as well as officials from the Amherst Police. Now, this new plan will allow us to respond to a campus crisis, an active shooter, a fire on campus, a weather emergency, with speed and effectiveness. As an adjunct to that plan, we've posted colorful, easy-to-read what to do in an emergency posters throughout the campus. Many colleges partner with the town they reside in to create an annual Town Gone event that, in the context of a feast day, attempts to bring college constituents into town and business community into the campus. And beginning this year, the college is partnering with the Williamsville Business Association and other businesses on Main Street to sponsor a new annual event that we call Daemen Day in Amherst. This year's inaugural event was held last week. Began at noon and ended up back on the Daemen campus in the evening. And throughout the day, the college operated a trolley from campus up and down Main Street, and this enabled our many students, faculty, and staff to shop, enjoy good food, hear live music, visit many stores and shops and restaurants in town. There were a lot of good deals out there. We made good use of them ourselves. Many businesses offered discounts to anyone with the college ID. Now, the Irishman, Glen Park Tavern hosted live bands as part of those festivities, and the college screened a film on campus for anybody who wanted to come and attend. So we hope that this will catch on, become more important as the years go on. As I say, there are a lot of great deals to be made there, and next year, if you haven't tried it out this year, give it a shot. I reported to you in the spring that we had been approved for a rare state of New York earmark of nearly $500,000 to establish the Graduate Studies Technology Center in the college's Research and Information Commons building. This grant will enable us to elevate our technological capabilities and integrate resources that are central to continuing the level of excellence we provide our graduate students. Senator Mike Ransenhofer held a press conference on campus in June to formally announce the award, and work on the project has already begun. And we're looking forward to that being done. So this will be state-of-the-art for our graduate students and faculty that want to use it. We're continuing to have success raising the college's visibility and reputation. Daemen has been selected for the 8th consecutive year as a College of Distinction, as one of the best colleges in the nation for students to learn, grow, and succeed. As a 2015-16 College of Distinction member, Daemen has been honored for its exemplary great teaching, successful outcomes, commitment to student engagement, and creation of a vibrant campus community. So it's all 4 good categories. The Colleges of Distinction rates provide students, counselors, and parents information ahead of time so that they can make judgments about a college's quality. In addition, according to PayScale's 2015 ROI report, Daemen education has been ranked in the top 200 private colleges in the country for best return on investment. Also, Daemen has been ranked one of the top 50 most affordable small colleges for a human resources degree by humanresourcesmba.net. And it's the only institution in New York State to receive this national distinction, so that's pretty good. The college is ranked 32 on the most affordable list, which places the college in the top 25% of colleges that offer bachelor's degrees in human resources. And Best Value Schools, which is an online guide to college education, has just named Daemen one of the top 50 best values in small colleges, and the only institution in New York State selected for this list in both business administration and biology. In 2015 Best Value listings, Daemen is ranked 47 among the small colleges that offers a bachelor's degree in business administration, and 48 among institutions that offer a bachelor's in biology. So that's pretty good as well. Also, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has recognized Daemen with a certificate of appreciation for its efforts to reduce food waste, which has resulted in more than 3 tons of food diverted to composting. I know a lot of us are happy for that. And the National Collegiate Athletic Association announced in July that Daemen College is now the only NCAA Division II institution in the region. This announcement brought us attention throughout the nation, by the way, and it marks a new chapter in the college's stature and depth as an institution. I've already seen a game or two. They're doing great. Try to get to see a volleyball game if you can. Our partnership with Albright Knox Art Gallery also brought us substantial national exposure, especially the news that the gallery launched a newly created interactive mobile gaming application that links players with modern and contemporary works of art. The application was developed through a collaboration with the college's International Center for Excellence in Animation and Empire Visual Effects. This news was carried extensively and garnered news coverage worldwide, from China to New Zealand to most states in the nation, including the Associated Press, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. Over 100 news organizations covered the story, mentioning Daemen, and this is coverage you just can't buy. So we just want that name out there everywhere, especially when it's worldwide. Finally, Buffalo Business First named Daemen College a Western New York healthiest employer for its commitment to providing the best health and wellness benefits to employees, including innovative health insurance programming and campus-wide wellness challenges and events. Daemen, by the way, is the only local college to be selected for this regional award. An important part of the college's visibility derives from awards and distinctions that our faculty and staff win. The New York State Society of Physician Assistants has named one of our faculty, Dr. Allison Kirk, Physician Assistant Educator of the Year for 2015. And although there are 23 PA programs in the state, Daemen faculty have received this honor an impressive 5 times since 2005. The Public Relations Society of America awarded our Director of Institutional Communication, Paula Witherell, 2 prestigious Excalibur Awards for her work in public relations here at Daemen. Paula, would you please stand if you're here? Okay. And Buffalo Business First recently named our Director of Athletics, Bridget Nyland, to the 2015 Power 100 Women list, and she also participated in one of their industry roundtables, which is an event that features a transcript of a conversation with regional leaders in the area of athletics. So Bridget, would you stand and be recognized? She's in the back. The same newspaper named our Associate Vice President, Mimi Stedman, to its Women of Influence list. Mimi, you must be here. There you go. And our Director of Web Communication, Tom Wojciechowski, has been appointed to the Higher Ed Web Association Board of Directors, the national professional organization that strives to advance web professionals, technologies, and standards in higher education. So Tom, would you please stand and be recognized? So please help me applaud these and all of the many members of the Daemen family that have won regional and national acclaim. I know there are many more that I didn't name. Now, contributing to the college's visibility since our last meeting are 3 prominent speakers. The New York Times best-selling author Ron Kessler spoke in Daemen in May, giving a talk titled Washington Secrets. And Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul returned to campus in May to deliver a Distinguished Leaders Lecture. She discussed Buffalo's economic resurgence. U.S. Congressman Chris Gibson gave a lecture early this week, and newly appointed State Education Commissioner and Daemen alum Mary Ellen Elliott will give a talk in October. As you know, Daemen is in its long 1-year period of self-study in preparation for its reaffirmation of accreditation through the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. The text of the self-study was drafted over the summer and is now available for you to review within the next few weeks. And the visiting team chair, Dr. Valerie Collins, who is the VP for Academic Affairs at Malloy College on Long Island, will visit campus on September 30th and October 1st, and she'll meet with a cross-section of campus constituents. Please help me applaud the steering committee for its hard work over the last many months. And I'd like to single out the 3 co-chairs for special attention. They are Dr. Kathy Boone, Dr. Susan Marcioni, and Dr. Kevin Telford. Please help me thank them for their leadership. Now, to be fair, several subcommittees composed of many other individuals have contributed to the self-study draft. Let's applaud that cast of thousands. For the last 2 years, increasing our student retention and graduation rates has been a major priority, and I'm pleased to report that we're making substantial headway. Our retention rate, which is the percentage of students that return to college in their second year, is continuing to rise. The increase you see on the screen translates to approximately 60 additional students retained each year, which is a major accomplishment for a small college. And our four-year graduation rate is showing dramatic improvement as well. Remember, every student we retain for a year is one less we have to recruit as an incoming first-year student. So please help us assist our students all the way through the graduation when we can. Please help me thank the members of the Student Excellence and Persistence STEP Task Force Committee for their dedicated work. STEP is what we call it. Now, speaking of enrollment, I know that you've been waiting all this time to hear about this year's enrollment. I'm delighted to report that we're continuing to buck the trends. We budgeted for an undergraduate class of 1,750 and beat that by 45. Our new students are significantly up, the total. On the screen, you can see the actual number of first-year students, as well as the new transfer students. And we're continuing to increase, albeit slowly, our international enrollment. We saw increases in international applications from last year, and we will be enrolling 26 students this fall, which is slightly up from last year's 24 students, but still going in the right direction. We're continuing to attract a diverse student body. 27% of our students are African American, Hispanic, Native American, or of multiple races. And I'm especially proud that the academic profile of our admitted students continues to improve. I want us all to take a moment to thank the many professionals in enrollment management who work behind the scenes to ensure that Daemen is the great success that it is. So please help me applaud their efforts. Another instance of national distinction for the college is that the 2015 graduating cohort in our master's in athletic training achieved a 100% first-time pass rate on the National Board of Certification exam for athletics trainers, which is well above the national average of 81%. And the best news of all of this is that every one of the graduates has already accepted a position somewhere, so that's really good news. And athletics training is not alone in this type of national distinction for Daemen programs. A full 100% of the physician assistance program's graduating class of 2015 passed on their first attempt the National Commission of Certification of PA exam. And both the class of 2014 and 2013 in physical therapy achieved a 100% pass rate on the physical therapy licensure exam. So these accomplishments say quite a bit about the quality of academic programs in the college and about its rising national reputation. Yep. We recently formed two formal academic partnerships. In June, we signed a memorandum of agreement with South China University to expand student educational opportunities that will enrich existing collaborative efforts between the institution and Daemen. And through this agreement, South China University students will have the opportunity to enroll in Daemen's innovative animation or graphics designs program. And we also signed a formal agreement with the National Federation of Just Communities of Western New York to advance the community-based support system designed to boost academic achievement in Buffalo public high schools. This program was supported by the Oshai Foundation. And speaking of grants, by the way, I'll mention just two recent ones. The college was awarded a $600,000 grant for the Teacher Leader Quality Partnership to the New York State Education Department. This project allows the college to partner with the Buffalo Public Schools and the Catholic Diocese to improve student achievement. This is the 17th year Daemen College has been awarded funds from this competitive program for a total over $2.8 million since 1999. Now, Dr. Jeff Arnold and Catherine Sedota serve as project directors. I don't know if they're here, but Jeff and Catherine, would you rise to be recognized if you're here? All right. And also the Tower Foundation awarded the college over $250,000 to support Daemen students who are on the autism spectrum and enrolled in our animation program. And to assist the college obtain future grants, we've appointed a new director of academic grants and sponsored programs, Robin King, and I know she's here. Robin, would you stand and be recognized? We continue to find ways to make Daemen a great place to work. We recently implemented a flexible spending accounts program covering adoption, medical reimbursement, and dependent child care. And this program comes into effect on November 1st. And we instituted our first annual Years of Service event, recognizing Daemen employees for their progressive half-decades of service to the college. Also, it's been a long-standing tradition here at the college to thank faculty and staff for their hard work by providing a pretty generous holiday break, time off to enjoy holidays and family and friends. The cabinet meets each September to decide the exact duration of the break, which they just did, and I'm delighted to announce that as a token of that appreciation, the college will close for holiday break on Thursday, December 24th through Sunday, January 3rd, and reopening on the 4th. So I hope you enjoy the holidays and are able to include some much-needed rest and relaxation during that time. At the spring State of the College address, I reported that the college had embarked on its first ever comprehensive campaign. This is a $25 million effort, and we're currently in the silent phase. We hope to announce the campaign publicly with substantial progress already toward our goal. A number of you have already told us that you'd like to contribute to the campaign through the Sabatino Fund or one of the other many scholarships or worthy causes that the college supports. So I want to take this opportunity to encourage you to do so. Daemen has had really no culture of giving throughout the years, not an extended one anyway, and this means that we're way behind when it comes to institutional advancement. I take it as a personal goal to turn that culture around, but this can only happen if the entire Daemen community participates. That means you, me, the senior college leaders, trustees, alums, everybody. Now, when I first arrived on campus, our endowment was only $11 million. Now it's 17.6. And certainly we're going in the right direction, but compare the 17.6 to Canisius's endowment of $108 million. Now, I know that many of you generously support various other worthwhile causes. Some of you support the Albright Knox, others support the zoo, still others support Kleinhans or Shays. And these are all wonderful community assets and worthy of support, but I want to put some things into perspective. While museums and zoos and music halls and theaters enrich our lives, Daemen changes lives, and thousands of lives each year. We give hope to thousands of young people, many of whom, like me, are the first in their families to attend college. We give these people a chance to become a success. And at the recent Daemen College Board of Trustees meeting, I told the story of a prominent board member. He tells the story that as a young person, he was headed for a very bad life with a likely disastrous outcome. But it was Daemen College that took him in, shook him up, and got him to fly right. And he's now a hugely successful member, I'm not naming him, of the Buffalo community. This is what I mean about changing lives. Art, exotic animals, music, drama are wonderful, and I've spent a lifetime devoted to them, but we change lives. So please, when you're deciding to allocate your philanthropic gifts this year, please keep things in perspective. All of these fine cultural institutions can use every dollar you give them, but they're all exponentially better endowed than Daemen is. Now it's our turn. Now it's Daemen's turn. So please, in the next few months, talk to your spouses, talk to the advancement of people, see what you can do to help us move forward with a gift in support of our first ever comprehensive campaign. So I want to thank you in advance for your, I know many of you have given throughout the years, and some of you very generous. I want to thank you in advance for your generosity in the past and for the future. Finally, I'm pleased to announce today a new initiative. For many years, our science faculty have waited patiently while other areas on campus have been renovated, retrofitted, and rebuilt. Now it's time to turn our attention to this essential component of academic life at Daemen. I'm announcing today that the renovation of the science facilities on the second and third floors of Duns Scotus will be a major institutional priority. Beginning today, we'll launch a focused effort to raise the funds, external funds, necessary to finance this long-needed but worthy project. Today, I'm instructing institutional advancement to make the renovation of our science wing a key focus of the college's comprehensive campaign. Now, I also asked the science faculty to continue to be patient. This project may take a little time, probably more time than any of us would like, since it depends on external funding. But we will make it a priority, and I do promise that you will soon see at least some signs of improvement. Thank you. So, as you can see from the report today, Daemen has much to be proud of, and we're making rapid and substantial progress. We're more and more a college of national distinction, and that's thanks to the hard work of every single person in this room. So I'll continue to keep you informed about campus developments, and I plan to hold, as I usually do, a town hall forum later in the semester. I look forward to working together with you in the years to come to make Daemen one of the finest colleges in the nation. So thank you for your attention this afternoon. I hope you'll enjoy it, some refreshments with us and some good conversation. Thank you.